There's the A3440 tape machine. That was branded the TAC A3440 4-channel Cameo Sync. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's basically set up the same as the 8-track. It's got the same functions. So the 8 tracks is 4 tracks, and it uses 1/4 inch tape. It's got a pitch control that the 8 track 80-8 doesn't have. It's got a primitive 4-channel mixer, basically. Well, not really a mixer, but you got the record and the reproduce levels on each channel. But that was a 3-head machine, just like the 8-track 80-8 machine has. And those two machines uses a flat belt for the cab stand and the tape counter. Now I'm going to show you a close-up of the MPEX AG440 machine. Okay, now what you see here are the 4 record amplifiers. This control here is your reproduce level. There's your VU meter. Here's your selector switch that says safe, so you don't erase what you recorded. And the ready, I keep it on ready. But if you're recording, well, I keep it on that setting. The shell sync is for if you record one track at a time and you want to go back and record another track, so it'll be in sync. Then I keep it. Then you gotta pop the switch over, and then you got a 3-way toggle switch that says repro, input, and your tape bias. Then this cover here has all the record amplifier cards. There's 3 cards in here. One for repro, it's the same as playback. The record card that does the recording, and you got the erase. You got the erase card. Erases the tape. And lastly, you got the record level. And this tape deck is fully balanced. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. The Atari MS-5050 machine is all balanced inputs and outputs. And it's the same thing with the MPEX AG440. Then down here, this is the deck itself. It's 3-motor direct drive, and I ain't kidding. The motors in this deck, they're almost as big as a 6-inch by 8-inch coffee can. Each motor is huge in this deck. It's real easy to do maintenance on this deck. And I didn't know that they had direct drive back in those days. Well, another key feature on this deck is the audio amplifiers in this deck, and also not just the record amplifiers, but yeah, all the record amplifiers, they use the same electronics on, as far as I know, 3 different machines. They used it on the 16 track Ampex MM1000. They used the same electronics on the MM1100 by Ampex, and also the MM1200 machine. They all use the same electronics, only difference, there were 16. I believe they made a 24 track later. They also made an 8 track version. Big old console. Okay, here are your control functions here. You got your record switch, that's red. It's supposed to have a green button, but I don't have that. It came this way. I put a yellow button for the play. These are not part of the switches. The switch is underneath. But anyway, and the rest, it had all white buttons. That's your rewind. That's your fast forward. That's your stop. And it's got an edit mode. Then these 2 switches are your these are your wheel sizes. You got one for large and small for each wheel. Only deck I know that has layout like that. And it's got 2 tape speeds, 15 and 7.5 IPSs, and then your power. The power light, I notice when it doesn't work, I gotta replace that. And funny thing about this tape deck, this came out of a recording studio. It was called Tiki Recording. And I got this about 20 years ago. Almost 20 years ago. And it takes 2 people to move this reel to reel. I got a noise reduction hood to this machine. That's my TX A3440 4-track. There's my two other machines. And these are some of my reel-to-reel machines. But this gives a general idea what kind of machines I have.